My name, Earl W. McKeever, and I was aboard the battleship USS California. And my twin brother was on the same ship, and he was in maintenance where I was in radar. Yeah, see, they came to me in the gunnery school and told me to report to the battleship that was being repaired. And on the battleship, they told me that I was going to fly down with 6 others to California, and we were going to go to radar school, and we were told that it was top secret, nobody was discussing it, was something new. Probably radar men had more of a fear knowing that where we were going. We were going into a large concentration of planes and ships that we knew that were going to be in the area, and we had a lot more information than anybody else on the ship, and we probably would have a little more fear than anybody else knowing what we're going to get into and where we were going as we were going towards the targets. Battle was Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in the history of the world. Never before has been a battle like that. When you were entering the target area, it was firing at the ships and they were firing at you. There was a lot of fear. You always had fear. If you were continuously working, but once you got off, you just continuously in fear, wondering what's going to happen next, because they'd be bombing you and you'd be bombing them, and any target, any island target, they'd be firing at you from the tanks and from guns, and you'd be firing at them, and the aircraft would be continually coming down firing with torpedoes and bombs. And so in radar, you knew exactly where they were coming, because you'd have to notify the other people, the gunneries and all that, the 20-40 guns, what's coming up and what we're facing there. If he was on the big guns, I'd have pretty close contact with him. And the 40-millimeter guns and 20, they were all around the ship. So I knew he was on the big machine guns, but didn't have close contact with him with what was happening. Except if I was down in the main radar station, we'd inform them that planes were coming in or something like that, so they'd be able to fire at them. We found another fleet of battleships coming up the coast in the ocean, and they were reported to be coming into our entrance, and they started firing at the aircraft carriers, and this new concentration of battleships. And this new concentration of battleships started going to the troops, and they were firing at the troops. And we had to back up and fire in both directions, fire at the ones who were coming in and fire at the new fleets. We had 2 fleets and battle shells coming from both directions. And it was pretty scary. Many times you thought you may die doing it, because you'd sit there and going through night and day, and it was pretty horrible. We had a kamikaze. There was the planes that were set to full of powder, and they just rammed into your ship and gave up their life. This kamikaze was coming into our ship, and the 24 millimeter guns hit the pilot and killed him. And the pilot went on, and I was at the radar station at the top of the ship, and the kamikaze pilot hit the our radar station, then bounced off the bridge where the captain and the lieutenants were, and then went on and hit the aft radar station. There was a duplicate of mine, and killed my radar officer. And it also, the plane bounced and hit the mast and killed a lot of men in there. And there was about 3 radar men that I knew of that were killed there. But the plane bounced down from that, and it killed a lot of men down that area. And I remember looking down and seeing the postmaster. He had both legs off and was bleeding all over. I had one, Ernie, and my best friends that worked under Ernie, and he was burnt from head to foot, and they were trying to tape him up to get him to the meds. And but the dead and the wounded were laying all over, and it was awful. But in the meantime, Ernie went through an incident where the big guns were coming back, and one of the men working under him, about 5 men, one of them got up there on the behind the gun and froze as the gun was coming back, and Ernie jumped up and pushed him off, and as the gun came back, it hit Ernie, and we thought he died. And then also in that radar tower, when it hit that, everybody reported that I was dead up there, so we both thought we were dead, but it turned out that we were okay. But that was one of the greatest experiences that I personally went through on the ship. When I came home, I didn't hate the Japanese. I felt in my own mind, I knew studying it, I knew the history of the Japanese and why they started the war. The leaders that built up this plan of attacking the United States, Pearl Harbor, and I never had any hate for them.